Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take another look here at Near, see what's going on with Near protocol. I got a lot of requests from it, and I can understand why. Big community built on Near protocol. So thanks again to those who requested that I cover this, and also, of course, to my current community members. You know who you are. You are extra special. I deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much for just all the support and kindness you've shown me over the months. Now, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, love teaching people how to trade. My goal and my passion is to help people become better traders. That's just kind of the way it goes. Been trading for over 15 years, and I love helping people become more self-sufficient, more independent. So if that's something that you might enjoy or benefit from, obviously welcome. But also, too, keep in mind that I do have a trading academy and community. Link in the description below. Basically, I teach you how to become a better trader every step of the way. And I send out signals for every trade that I take, too, so you can see how I structure my trades. And that's, I think, probably the most important way to survive the market. Yes, I said survive. You need to survive CryptoCache, or crypto trading rather, and CryptoCache can help you. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look here at Near, see what's going on. So let's look at the obvious. We're going to work on the one-day chart here and work our way down. I did cover kind of a fairly in-depth analysis of Bitcoin just a moment ago. Check that out in your own time if you're curious. That does play into this a little bit, but obviously Near is doing very well. So let's take a look here. So we got this little, 19% push yesterday. And if you include that plus today, we're up 42% from bottom to top effectively in the last 48 hours. Actually more like 36 days halfway over. So great stuff here for Near. There's great potential, and we're going to find out why. Now, taking a look here, we're up over the 200-day simple moving average, below the 50. So just bear in mind the 50 is working its way down. Could work as eventual resistance right around 1230. And keep in mind that keeps coming down lower as the price goes up, etc. So we'll see how that happens, but for now that's potential resistance. Great news though, we're up over a key level resistance here, whereas the 50 is no longer an issue. We're up over 50. Granted, this one-day candlestick hasn't closed yet, but if we can close, just say somewhere in the range of $10.70, maybe just say $11 or higher, then we're going to be able to close above 50 in the RSI, and that's going to be extremely important to use that as a support level instead of a resistance. Okay? So in other words, a strength, and in other words, of Near, the relative strength, is telling us that we're not oversold or overbought, but we're more bullish than bearish. Okay, so we're on the right side of the tracks there. That's extremely important. So a close above, just say 1070, I would say around number 11 would be an extremely important price point to close above to allow Near to continue to progress higher. Okay, that's kind of where we're at on the one day. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. We're up over the 200-day simple moving average, extremely important. That's hanging out right there at $10.70. So a key level support there is 1070. I do not speculate the price will go much lower than 1070. It's a very, very good place. And I think I misspoke. I do speculate that the price will not go lower than that. That was a double negative. Sorry about that. All right, taking a look here at RSI. We're up over 70, and I talked about this in my video with Bitcoin and the fact that an RSI up over 70 in most cases on the 4 hour is disadvantageous, but sometimes with a continuation play, it's going to stay above 70 for some time. We might see that here with Near. If you look in the past, it has done decently well. So say for example right here, when you look at the price passed over 70 right at this point, and it was really high. It's pretty close to where it's at right now, right around 80, and the RSI stayed in between 70 and 80 this whole time, but the price continued to increase for a total of almost 50% from bottom to top. So again, just touching on that, that's not foolproof, it's not guaranteed to happen, but oftentimes when you get an RSI up over 70 on the 4 hour chart, it's disadvantageous, so you can expect a pullback. But I feel that Near is reflectant of, again, Bitcoin's success in that sense. And the bottom line is that we should expect the price to continue to progress either at very least sideways for a little while and then leg up. Again, we'll look at smaller time frames to identify that, but generally speaking, 4 hour RSI up over 70 is actually a positive, not a negative right now. Okay? Because again, this is a continuation play, just like Bitcoin. It's doing the same thing, only stronger, and there's a reason for it, which we can't necessarily get into because there's definitely some fundamentals involved too. So bear in mind, there's things that we don't cover here that are still relevant, but based on a technical standpoint, I don't see any reason why this has, it shouldn't slow down or discontinue, pending Bitcoin doesn't drop below 41,500. Okay. We hold support of 41.5 or even 43.4 right now at this point. Near should be in perfect shape. Okay, so good stuff there. We might see a slight pullback here soon. In fact, let's see if there is potential for a pullback. Look at a TD sequential, we're at a 9. This is something that's important to note. Traditionally, when you see a 9 on TD sequential, you can expect a turnaround. It's very common for a 9 to signify that the price is going to change direction. Now, it may just consolidate, it may just go sideways, but truth be told, Near Protocol is overextended. In the last 36 hours, approximately, it has essentially jumped approximately 48%, right? Or what was that percent? Did I say that right? So from bottom to top, okay, 40%, sorry, 40%. But here, take a look at this here. Price comes down to a 9, and it's gone crazy balls to the wall since then. All right, just keep in mind, I'm not saying the price is going to do this here, but just note a pullback would be necessary and standard, but we have the 200-day SIP moving average hanging out here right around 1070. So I think the lowest point we should see is 1070 and the price continue back up again. If that even happens, it may just consolidate at resistance here right at about 1150 and continue to push up higher and squeeze out some of those shorts if there are any. All right. Just some things to kind of consider. Again, 4-hour chart actually looks very good. One last thing I want to see, I presume we're pretty strong into a MACD convergence. So it wouldn't be terrible for the price to kind of go sideways for a day or two and then leg up again. Okay, so I'm expecting today to be a slight pullback from Bitcoin, or at least just a minor correction. And if that were to be the case, then we could expect something similar to Near. But again, I don't think anything lower than 1070 is likely. Keep in mind, there was a strong resistance here at 992. So if we do lose 1070, 992 is a nice secondary support level you could tell was a previous resistance. Okay, so again, all good stuff there. Ultimately, I don't see anything, again, negative here. This is something to also note too. We hit 2 9s on TD sequential back to back. When you see 2 9s back to back, the likelihood of it continuing much higher at that immediate time frame is lower. So we do need to have more consolidation here to be able to have that next strong leg up. Okay, so again, continue to dollar cost average, maybe add to your position. Allow Near to kind of calm down, relax, and potentially pull back a little bit because it is overextended on 2 time frames. That's important to acknowledge. I get the question a lot, when do I use TD sequential? Is it only in the 1 hour or the 4 hour? You want to use it pretty much in any time frame. It's very versatile. I use it the most on the 1 hour because it helps me understand a potential pullback, because it's more likely than not going to turn around or potentially consolidate when it hits a 9. And you can see this here, hit a 9, 1 hour of overtime, consolidation. 9, we're at 2 hours overtime. We need consolidation or retracement, slight correction to have enough gas left in the tank to go back up again. Right. And again, TD sequential is just taking the 4th previous candlestick and counting up from there. And if it's higher, then it keeps counting until it gets to a 9. When you hit a 9, and then there's these extra little areas here, so to speak, these 2 candlesticks, that basically tells you you're in overtime, and usually there's only a maximum of 4 that happen, and then you have to get some type of retraction. Okay. It's, again, not guaranteed. Cryptocurrency has a tendency of breaking the laws of trading all the time, so just be mindful this may not mean a thing, but the likelihood of it coming back down or sideways from here is much higher than it going much higher. And again, we don't want it to go parabolic. If it goes up much higher, it's going to crash and come back down a lot harder, usually down to 0.5 or a lower Fibonacci retracement level than we want because of the fact that it's overextended. It's not completely overextended right now. It's just right at that ridge, so to speak. It's peaking. You just need to calm down, relax, right? All right, so hopefully that makes sense. I know I tend to speak in circles sometimes, but it's all for your education and to help you understand things. Taking a look here at Ichimoku Cloud. All good things here. If you're new to the cloud, just lagging span is free and clear of price action. Conversions above the baseline are well above the actual cloud itself. And once again, this is the Ichimoku Cloud. If you want to search for it yourself and add it, extremely beneficial indicator. It's just very conservative, and right now it's conservatively telling us to keep our position open. Okay. The next couple of days it might change a little bit because we could get some sideways action and a leg up again, but ultimately it's hard to say. I feel Near is hot right now, and it does look like yes, we're going to see a pullback. I don't think it's done. I think it's going to continue, and it's going to progress higher and higher. It's looking like an early Luna, or potentially even just what Bitcoin was looking at yesterday before it took off again, right? It's just showing all those good signs, but just keep in mind, don't expect it to go crazy tomorrow or today, at least any further. We technically don't want that. We want to relax and calm down so it can have enough to leg up again and we don't have this massive correction, okay? Once again, good stuff there for Near. I like it. Everything looks great. that's about all I have here for today. Oh, one last thing. You know what? Let's go ahead and cover this. Let's go with a better case scenario here. And we can kind of see that's almost best case scenario is about $20.75 as a close approximate. That was the most recent high. If I'm not mistaken, that is the actual high itself. Yeah. So the highest point in which Near got was roughly just say $20.60. So if we continue on this trend here and just say, for example, we get a nice consolidation today and continuously legging up from there. Best case scenario, I would say in the next week would be $14. By month end, because it is March 1st, as a matter of fact, we could potentially see 18 to 20. That's a very strong realistic potential. Okay, and from there to there, that's a good 80% profit if we get all the way back up to its most recent all-time high. Great stuff, definitely good, but just keep in mind we got to get back above $14 in order to have any confidence and continuation higher. Because once again, that was a previous resistance level, and that could potentially work as a resistance moving forward, depending on how we obviously, how we consolidate and retract in the next couple of days here. All right, again, a pullback is good. Don't think about it bad. Add to your position, set some profit targets, or some dollar cost average targets, for lack of better terms, because if we have a pullback, it'd be great to get filled at 10.70 or 9.92. Better yet, do exactly $10 and then $10.75. Because you never want to set your targets, at least on the way down, below or at key level supports. You want to do just above so you get filled earlier. And if the price comes and wicks down to that support level, you still get filled. And everyone else is wishing they had. So just some friendly advice. Those are things that I always cover in my trading academy and communities, but hopefully you understand what I mean by that. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much for your time. We'll look forward to getting to know you better. CryptoCache.tech is the site. Thanks so much for your time. See you again.